tukwenda kuthuye siasa na maendeleo ndene ya Meru na kinyao ya Meru na kinya expectation cha mwaka yo 2027 kithikira clip wengi Moses Kajwang ariwa ibabu ithiri makosa baruri yorwa Njaluo mwakene yo 2002 itera kibaki bakiwa beririte moya banankira rungu nyuma ya Njogo kumeyetinga enda ariwo ke agodra iba kubango support William Ruto iba chumire mapema baibange buwe bila bakwenda antuba ya kuyathirikana na batsiredi be ya kuona ministry nkai ira boneno ntuba promise kibaki bakone tike prime minister itike ukeura riro rukuro umire atiatika kibaki na Raila Odinga kurachia wa ODM kiri referendum ya 205 ya chungwa na ndizi ararena batu kulukira 23578 namba ya SMS turi live kuri Facebook turi live kuri YouTube kedra kidoma tumiri chiaku waratu itana mbere na rwariro karibu bwana Kim
kabisa
no ina togo beka uko na tuambiri somewhere na tuambiri Meru bwana menya Meru kuna siasa nyingi mno ikuendelea thai but fast forward indronere kariba kangeta barira maranya design na umethirika kana ubutwe no maranya riwa imbianto bakangeta quote in quotes atoka kaandika njia meandikite njia atoka kaandika kangeta quote in quotes akabo nikabwenda kumenya waziri wa legal affairs githana abutre ngwiga na kuruta ngwiga ate kuruta ngwingwego yare kwethi ate yare by the way areti a very long post areti a very long post so nkwenda at least tutegede kwethi kwa demand batu tina yo withe na kwa demand ngami scooted andikite wengo akawa the angry quote in quote resident of Kangeta. How do you determine a CCM for legal affairs is not working? I only lead legal advisories. Before I forget, very soon, the Chief Justice will be launching small claims courts and the environment and land courts at the Gembe South Sub-County offices, Maua. Meru County will also celebrate 8 months with only less than 5 new cases against the government and multiple positive judgments ever, and several cases withdrawn in favor of Serikali. Hence, saving on the multi-million legal costs. Previous government was sued 8 times per day. Next time, I will do better by sinking bows and endeavor to build a law school at Jiawon. Sorry, Kangeta. So, manti on the andikite kakuwa kana kwena a lot of controversy.
Mutembei kanchoke nkado rokiro na arua ngayato ete na tuchoke nkado nontu iturira gerera watanere na ngai eura ngo pinya irete urite nyakethro kwena mpara inene mono tutegete Mutembei kwena thina tuturi arimi na rero kurima Martin Mutembei ukage mbeu wekira kira kitu nenye thirikari gutethania mbeu na itu na rore kria kuwatana ngaiura ithina nene muno tumba kuona lakini we pray that Murungu na ije anabao ba karate batinya kada tumuthukiretie itumurombe atorekere itwaba no ntoman sasa za turigia 2022 ya covid ya 2022 ya thirikari yetu inacho na thina ira tunacho plus mpara ikabinya ntu banyiri mandu zange za kireta thina but we pray we are with them and hope just statement
yes wishes bamutethia kibanga department when disaster kibanga kinyo be on bond but ethani
but unfortunately thirikari intigenity to assess ni rombi monone antu banofan nambi thithwa a disaster ya nonzo because menya partners watumba kujira welas thirikari ti openite. I hope that apart from bo ipokara isi nene ibokara na bakora kosi nyanya na ndegene na mbi, I think they also need to consider kuna families itekone nyaga koroma at least thirikari utendo nirio kuga tuna thina I think
they have started writing letters kubera patu kukari una tutethien
now as long as national government can make declare as a national disaster, then external partners na bangi bakombo chipin na nya I think Kenyans barongamana na nya tutorongamana turi Kenyans for Kenyans na antu bombe otetheka I call once chia mheshimiwa governor non to baku emphasize on the situation actually. Of course it's a dire situation. I hope that the relevant authorities bagatik going forward ngoenda kwambiria muthembe non to imanzu jatu egi kiramiru na nya baraba tuthikirite buga nya kona ire bakonya ugia concern tugijo kaja miru kambuge muthembe backstop with the president the governor kambuge mantu jazonde once nyakada kwena freedom expression and b there is a way you also need to tame your team ubete kama chairman nonto mantuja te kuraja jari actually the cycle ya utongeria from parties concerned by area ya Kangeta atongeria area plus the barabara thirikari ne from anko the analysis ya kwa mutembe na the nature on the chumete kupo chumete assembly na kuna ingi kunoa executive na purely because wonde onaja kwa expectation nyingi from parties involved Motembe kambuge nyerera to support thirikari iko no te twari na expectation that no mwanka toewe opportunity but to enda governance injaga na leadership injaga but I hope governor Mutuma need to call his team because riramiari kwambira kwa ruo home na mitandaone kwa gwena contrary kutena direction it tells you that titetabwaga waziri kambira ndo barabara the pressure there are various way ku petition process cha kuenga waziri rikana diratwa twenga kathono na team yo remember that the petition ku it's pure politics nande itoendete you cite areas ira violated kana iria utukona na gutangoge nonto urawi na responsibility onde ni ngavana wengo Mutuma nonto no mwete nafasi no ina privilege kwa maranya kathono na other CC wa areas nonge responsibility kwa the cabinet inewe nengo itikia na tegete ana raizona nto baba mutedi one or the other but kwa mantunja cabinet probably ngavana kona bagita boga but nyama ntuzaja ngeja kwaranirwa na kuchokania kanywa because okategera statement jera nani aitete you may read in different ways na no kona sometime ni kubera nande betere ya kenje bo whereas it's responsibility we na one or the other but of course is kunomba ku the contribution ya kutedi antoba area but I'll tell you it's politics there are mantuzaja nindwa ire iku na ndo iriwa ni antoba area whether sub county or sub county there is a supremacy battle between atongeria bakai kana interests cha 2027 either kuo bote kuiganwa kana kuo kwenda Quran area yes
waziri ati nararere buruna story rete Kangeta I'm focused na njia so it tells you yaka kwena ndo between we and a Linda in that region
yungo enda kuiratire jia is just a representation eku from the county assembly ilionda go the county assembly na executive team mo executive kuinondwa kunobo koraindra but tipwaga muno kugeria miario rekari kemana muno igutethia miro bomba kwita forward but ikija kuthora responsibility no kuona itinganiri na itikariboga contribution yoku towards thirikari you then you can give space that weja anafasi antubange bakadita ngugi kana if you want to enter in politics then you choose kuita support someone else nonto ndikona jakana ni maranyai na interest cha korongama ndera then probably go support someone else nonto bokodoro ku either the urawi representation urawi MCA no but kuganwa na miario we but thirikari ici atongire bare kuja ka pena entitlement inene mono. Let me be honest. Kwena entitlement ku inene mono na itambiria na arua dikana rira governor kwa sworn in period yo neendelea kerere na kwa karajaka kwena gatekeepers within the cycle ya governor kuboba ku control ku area ikogeria uko shots. I think entitlement you na I remember there was discussion online to antoboga it's about now governor a clerk the whip kana either noe go stamp authority gatekeeping hizi na kere na entitlement hizi chia tongeria ibatina nde kuthura ntu governor ku na governor ku na kiri kubanga thirikari we ayewe kanya ko what I see is that there are people who feel they are more entitled ndo ene kutonya kuwata thirikari hizi more than others na nio ndo eretete thina bana Mutembei na mantu zaza jakarea ku attempt that hizi my good friend in 2027 it will be a different ball game ndo kadikana kuna siasa tujite na ndo mantu zaza zonde jakagwira ura the CEO unless the CEO now call and babonde abariri abere ndo aibwe na chio chia mkoa chia ntora chia ntora yenu pore antu bako bonde one contribute one way or the other. Please let's have antu betu na unless mutumathi dio then menya tu entitlement thirikari ne Mutembei matu tukamire kuthithia mantu but no tekadonio nio barabara ri ndi twachura thirikari na tuikuda tuiome but utio kintu kia maana muno kia maana imumiru aune results na kija kuthurwa entitlement igatuma mantera mutuma kana thirikari we ikinyanire ku benefit mwananchi then uroke thoro na kiro kinene mheshimiwa gavana wengo ko as mutuma na take charge thirikari we na support yewe no ananchi ba Meru na nuko ne nyanto bara pressure bago support thirikari ya mutuma ko support you nete no team yewe amekalie ndenguru amebange na ambere at least nyinyi kama muna issues personal issues please mbwekoro ring mbwona humodo kwa modo story dhire kana mtu afanya kazi yake. Yes.
Now still in Meru kwe miario mheshimiwa Caleb arariri oro for the first time governor na senator ministry by the letter bakiritanire ngwe mutobotoneka na au chore bu butubatire kuthira buru chore aki Bomeru ibo batire kureta some other significant benefit kiria Meru and call kinyekiria bunge but Kim ndirona abunge siasa ne bari na siasa ile kuringo Meru ni 2 term mechemanie South Imenti Tiania Yembe so atongere ba sawa unity rio kinya abunge ba but abunge ba bari ndi kulobe for the interest ya Meru kana interest yo itu 2027
mwankana ndi tutomba kuona effect kuigwa felt unity atongere baba nonto over time tujite kuona musimamo mmoja turaju kari straightforward interest chao savite mwananchi nonto bakwethura kenyuma mwankana ndi kire atongere especially MP baratu napo itugite kaire Mutembei we have this is the worst parliamentaries tombete otara historia Meru Meru na ijike neno shamba na kwariri na kurungama since igitarire ya karaja Amiru tumba kuthora tuona atongeria bakuthora beno shamba na ntijike thora ratumbitio kuchinjia atongeria twatara atongeria based on kila mtu enakio non tubakuthora ugwe utina kantu atokwe nafasi batukomba kuthobena musimamo niki Mutembei ugote au mugeni Meru siasene no tegete okono since igitarira twithira twambirite kutara tongeria Meru ithero na mbicha ithero tito muno kithirikarira chumbite kuthura chumite ukanyuma lakini unfortunately ntijina atakwa kadirwe either atongere betu batu kuma beno gwa bokwithirwa kwina file bena cho menya ikaja kuthirwa mbithukiro ikuingia ngombe insecurity has been a problem in terms of promise ira twaerwe case in example president Nigeria uga tokaye wa ndam cha gutetheria tubatu bere na paranande mwaka nandi mutembe imbire idamiriko yake utio to now how now unity atongere ututeria he serve interest chao finally mbona bachemani yake na deputy president either bariaje ruduni either by Karen to ute result tumbete kuona since miaka witatu in terms of development in terms of push ya promises jirato ithirikari ndikuona unity ya Mutembei igitethia mumiru miaka iri itigire nonto onde twikerere ya gwichwera mtu akomba survive politically but is honestly to be honest either atongere batu nabo baraba servite miaka mingi abanganiri because we have an MP who served is a 15th year either comfortable no Nigeria kura chachuma either kwena mutongeri ongino wizi imbe cia wake ya chio bange abonengere magana zaire bo bangerini waka anatafuta pesa yake ungi mutongeri we naizi inaenda tu wacha nishisukume hara ankaibanga 2027 atongere batu nabo ntikuije miaka iri ntikona batu serve kana batu itena ngogere bati
how do they expect Amero kuina rwimbo rwa drum raba kuringa ya two time Amero bakaringa drum ya two time watoka kuthira in real sense utibo mumero wakona after maybe you with a chief assistant chief chief peace obakaria ndi obanekera biro obanekera poeta so mumero akuthiga tatea no maybe utibia kethira kona at the end of the 5 years term
Mutembei kakwire all these michemani kuthithwa itikuthirwa atongere baba mero it's really facilitated by someone mono really? It's really facilitated meetings utona atongere beto beka muchemani otheri bateomba bateka otheri imutongere oloko they are fully funded michemani na fully funded by one person kogeria guchokaniria mero an assignment one person has an assignment to ensure amero ba kuthikira thirikari which quite unfortunate because atongeria purpose yao yonde iwo turatu menya tutenera ndole ya miaka ya 2022 to 2027 we all no one mtu alikuja akatopea promise from A to Z oraka adhidia tukapiga kura based on what ali promise sasa mkuru miaka ithatu tulera ndo mbere pero tuka michemani otuiratiri michemani on the purely facilitations kenda wona ante bakwariria and actually utante bange dirikari bakwariria kenda at least ikinyaniria michemani chief CHPs atongeri bantura na juma kenda baikia ntorene ku deciment that information to mwananchi because mwananchi na know already utembe people are tired non tiba ijere you promised this but you delivered nothing until now nandire ujite miaka iri to kuthikira the only thing they can do you weka to kundu to mechamanio because they failed on empowerment programs chare backfire now they've changed to town hall meetings na grassroots leaders kenda bae baba mangana jairi ka mangana tano bana boga udrikari tumie kanya miaka
uri barabara ni kana kudureka vimo ndiomba mwana ere it's okay
yes but that's a big question niki butuku naro toja kukudurura
ruje kidima
tuke kamocha mani karoje ga toja kwariria uraga mbodo tedia ka uraba kanyunya shift right yune program chombo tigo thirikari na these all meeting town hall meetings chonde they are facilitated by one person that one person no geretie kogeria no ntomero karajeka itamu receive very well that's purely my analysis my analysis yes. That the current deputy president is the one financing all these meetings and I felt that the chairman basically to consolidate kunyinya temperatures chia meru nontuma nogi na imanogi nontuma programs and then if he does that then akoma kodorena avenue eko negotiate in terms of that's why you see I told you mbona atongeria iruduni bange either they here ama Karen. Now what they are discussing is how andu betu bakerwa patwe nafasi miaka ingi ngana hiri patwe tu ito tu na thirikari na kada ito tu na thirikari na ndemo tempere tubati tukua tukiona ambio development that will benefit, not because owe mutembe mtoto withirikari ne tukareo tu nonto withirikari ne baba tukareo. We want to see the result. We want to see in thirikari tukuneka nayo in terms of miaka ibiri ndonre one of MCA DMK said something that I ndombere koromba to borrow from all what I've been analyzing in terms of how thirikari ije kwa nakubanga. It's true, in 2022 tutare ne rando mto president na team yewe jire hatukinyariria somewhere ititongera marando itiromba marando ovyo itithiri ikathiria wastage, but purely how do you panga watu nya campaign itirambiri wambirio banenkera 500 zairi ngiri seriously nanto bara expect resources each cha thirikari icho chigwinja dam. The money that has been spent in terms of mobilizing anto babe tuponde ntorene na empowerment program hizi chiringia milinya kuthithia damu imwe iriera ina thina ya roji. Now that's purely what anto bakwenda nontore mumiru noya tuna thina no tara tongeria ntiko mbremenya tongeria barabe kuno ntu honestly nuje mumiru mutongeria mutara nontu na kunengere magana zairi honestly magana zaire miaka 5 imbechingana tu umwere nontu nakweja ambassador honestly utiki tuke kimwe shimbomba kuleta ntorene
40 per year.
yes chiringi 40 na mtu agoito na mpeja ambassador honestly, you know, even if mutongere huwa teo basari eventually ikaiza na pure nya CDF is unconstitutional, but because they want ikiba kukiringa kyo ikiba kwa area na to ensure that education is becoming a weapon ya gutumiro ne atongeria ko succeed ku kinyanira utongeria.
Look at the way I want side now. Yes. Take this scenario. Abungo rende kuna directive itite kuma ya ita competition ya day school from 2000 to 12,000. Yes. Alafu mbunge araye kuira to support to choke 2027. So mutiari urote kumba wa fondi kura ngiri emwe ya mwana wa day school. Yes. Ina akaditangiri kenda na maana atatu cha kurira mwana ina hii
kabisa. Honestly mutembe those are kind of question to kolia tongere bebe turi aba tethoma ile presentation iko thithwa National Assembly kana their aba kuura muri yake once the elective chathi school, because I know ministry their directive towards the end of the term kenda at least ibangania kenda ibangani achari ibangwa kana school institution chibangania the second term ikeja kuthurwa capitation iranyirwe muchiari no nenkero moligo that easy uti expect here achiari baketha nonto kwena para lakini uti mutongerio okwaria kirege kwaririo tu ati wa munyora kuja kutundanganya. Honestly, can they discuss why government is ikugita capitation niki other functions cha thirikari ite functions niki thirikari ko hold still holding devolved functions non tukeja kodara mutumana alete the functions cha agriculture is still devolved, water na roje ministry health they are devolved mutumana ndele wa kugerio raka ibangania for disaster. Yes. Whereas nandiga expected at least resources chikinya resources ziwi ikaraja kana ndi kwe mukuru uriguru na ale kubangaro ugunda ya jandawa to resources nature thirikari, but our MPs who are supposed to registrate, who are supposed to oversight thirikari in the national government spending yao. Remember turonere audit akiuga office a deputy president kana a president budget yone tumirite na mwaka jutathira na ikumirite almost 60% already a budget yewe na go expect as of bonka July.
So that means they're going to supplement the
hingi cha kuongera if you spending almost 60 na meri yewe itigere inambechi wita Martin dishing out huku mashinani na mumeru nawe areo etere ankoro magana zairi jatano sawa. But remember muliko jugo akamata chokola fee school no geta kuongerwa around nande capitation iti kuri ora thirikari, whereas education thirikari but kuthirwa itungananitie atongere babo nthe thirikari ne they are beneficiary of thirikari ya chiari ku chia kuensure bakutho na taindi bakonda ku deny other generations ingi kintu kira ba benefitire
drone TSC kile senior school ndio kuambiria January. They have no budget ya kuandika experts bakuitana subjects. Yes, yontia science na ambi there is no money.
Hakuna mbecha, utina mbecha. Lakini hizi MPs betu bakuthironga bakiwa two term forward. As twagutumire two term gatho atutumire tutetera what mwananchi akuwa. Na thina ni I don't know Mutembei. Lakini hii nguginya thina tukuona igutu batu tuireterete rimwe karathi guru nkona Mutembei batu tuireterete no nturi tukeja tukaro atongere bakaromba kura babega muno babega babwirora tukathithia lakini ntuba nafasi ukaamuro kubangire amtuna ndumire gantu kana nyoka karathi guru weterete ndakwire kaire Mutembei wenda twaromba kura ndikuringa kura kwa randi ithano dasta ndamwire kuthiurunka around polling stations yani da komi anto no beterete kurumo kanto aba beta kuringa kura seriously yani batiringa no ntuba kuthura ri bakwenda utongire bubwega na inyame kibogi ngainya turinga rimwe mbuga kakwenda uturikania that nyanto bakorega Israel tumite na araka twitite anti barere gwita na bugo ria baeja mana bagubate kwenda bo bada kwichwira tongere lakini mwathani wa isawa we pangeni lakini Biblia yaturikania ko watu turi atongeria Mutembei as we talk about politics and governance amiru tupate ku take serious siasa, very serious. Siasa niyo kithomo giaku, siasa niyo ruji, siasa niyo utongeria, siasa niyo gatuma wikira thani metha uria 2 mil kana 3 mil kana million kana waga buru. As long as you get good leadership, people bakuthugania kutethia mumiru. Revolution itithio ni pange net utongere butichore pa no batu tulinga kura. Hii ndomo dogo na kubanga raini ni kubanga mangana zairi tuendelea gutetheka kula thina there's no jobs na itu Singapore. Thirikari ge kwendekera yani hata ugomba kwendia ri nyamwiro karia karao ngombe karao kama wega akumarite nyingi wamua kwendia ugaka mai now yeah, honestly na atongera beto no bakuga tu tam.
Let's talk of Meru to the last one for Meru to the winder part. Yes. In Meru kwenda for bargaining power. Is it a political party? Is it maybe a Tongeria but in other new ideas? Because I've seen people vote with the neighboring political party ya ku negotiate mu Meru. Meru really kiame kwenda for negotiation?
Kambuge siasa chetu of course history ni twitene that siasa chetu na waibo thirikari Mutembei butikagwa na imkuta kurukira itu muno au akekie bwana thirikari whether we have a new constitution or not kekie thirikari te murano wetera kana ire biatho birathithirwe bia birthday wetera rumwa you need to plan on how kugitate kuthara either forming a united force in terms of a political negotiating non to thirikari negotiate na how urabukari na kitu mimi kuona kinyari kuona Mombasa nandi pane kuchokanira na ibaronere batimba kudingatana na makosa yatu adithirie Mutembei igutonya kitarone
kinyana ni akiweza keke ya makepa
yes
former waziri Aisha Jumwa
neki warogere bo tutekudingata kairi sisi tufuate pia. We need to organize ourselves. Nanti batogane bo gati bia tribal. We are all tribal bwana. We come from somewhere. Na politics there is no ote makosa kudoro we mukarijin na we mumeru. There is no ote problem ka we mweko. As long as if you have a vehicle ko nande if kinyaka we na friends kana no ko makodoro no ko bugona bugo safa. Ote mbano nto bwa disciplinary either wa ito committee either kadidate the other day kurara by election haruare ararunga arachwaga aranere mutongeri rombo tutethia oe irie we ipanyako amuskuma ikuringana na ithuganio yawe na kiama kiara umite lakini na ndino ndongo choka nacho atunywa astri boy utongeria nya baba bekira no ntobo interest chao bana Mutembei nonturi mtu akona ekamiti na noijiri ona akona twindo twato kuibanga kwa akona wacha nditu ni ndongamiro siasa kitata but we have a political party that fact ikuruira interest chetu kinyanya moi ndo hii naja teto wale akiama gitu rigwa mpithukiro inkingi yao because once you have a political identity, once you have a political alignments, bomba ku negotiate, bomba weta pressure na bokera antipetori thirikari nya kathito amesopetori na kiama kiao. We have a political party that batu tuingwa tukumba kukarandi guru uti ukira na bakaria sauti imwe lakini andino ntobogothoro tu bondi bokera disciplinarily ibokera at least kuthukiria mutongeria atija wondine we atindamiria kutetera thirikari na ndi invite president atija ndombera kura kana kuona u amiro bona ingukinyagi president kinyara hizi bwana Mutembei kinyanto bara baingi batu do your research. I've done mine. Most of the serious politicians who stand pena musimamo banya president atakinya kwao but development taking place in their constituency lakini nande batwe nonto mheshimiwa rais bwana tukwambia ukweli uko East House na wao umite constituency kwena ampara kwena mbithikiro lakini nande nonto bokothoro te force no te unity nonto president aliona nana inyorega menya utashughulikiwa ground ko the political party is a way to go na ingo hope atongere beto ibati ko arain at non tutonete political party tuina imwe yetu ina voice itonete matunda za tonete matunda ya chadaja itarera bas itoneterera kwa area kiama governor orole PNU you would have voiced for issues chamero na ka raise na nyathirikari kejo mwangaratania na nontu na kwenda na direction kiri amiro ko as atongere betu bagita 2027 na baratu hatara. We also need to identify ourselves with a certain political party na ina unity yao ni bati kutegere kono do we stand chance ya benefit out of political party out of the national party radio tuka benefit more to thirikari ne na kiama kia to we've been there in Jubilee tumeingia UDA imbi to benefit itene. Remember we had a bus previously ira kereito akarejeka igawa apakire and somewhere
bus ni retre
netre na apakire atiri opakerege ingutikiri kamo iretre roto no twikiri rijere. Remember na fundre party ira turingi jivunia since gitarera etame park Thika Road ara kwa Jubilee dikota ame pako edirariko na ndeja ku revive kairi no ga mo trust kairi godore mutongeria. I feel also members who not trust him nonto kada na pagere ngiri ingi ate paka geto miretre ko atongere bete pati ko realize that as long as we discuss issues chamero they can as well be voiced whereas we are not controlled by kanari remote or to control onande nonto batongere bete not pa selfish. Now I think 2027 it's a wake up call kire amiro na tatu kwenda muno butudura lakini tukairo tona kanya tukaromba but tare ni mutongerio ukona at least nakumba nakore thina ja na thina ichothe na solution ya manzera tunajo going forward Mutembei.
Now let's come to this. Yeah. Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki.
Yes.
Na make statements ya whatever manjinira chinjeni etigia bere north but na make statement na ibuenda it was a matter of life and death ya siasa
kabisa.
So utubuibuti the president are confused. ODM barua turendo utangaza interest yetu mape ugakuba kajwangi yake are they know what they are saying. Turendo utangaza interest yetu mapema githito musapoto na vitu kuona. So is it a moment ya maybe ya Ruto kuithwaniria which way to go? Why is Ruto likely to go? Is to fall Kindiki kana nete ODM nontu ODM barua batu twete Ruto twamunengera kura cionthe no atunengera biria tukwethiete tukwenda where is likely Ruto to fall
ngokwera nenda kwira reason why Kindiki is investing mashinani na tongere be nikitu miongonya michemanio yo ngwa yawe kithu na tongere baba ukona mutongeria itho umwe kana baire kuma ofisi newe isi
mugonja na ya
ukona that's why anakuregeria ku consolidate but intelligence of course neko brief the consumer of raw uganyanga president no consumer of raw intelligence na kumenya what happened na kinya miro bongo iba kumenya menya thina ni nthuku muno Mutembe na ingoti kiketo mitoko chwa urathine kathira thina itirumo itithira na magana jairi jatano kangiri a lot of resources cha poaditwe by election iriyo na tukagari was it really necessary no tukethoma muthende no president enda aringi mutare waziri story kathira na miro bakendera kona but because story area nuje urori kwa kwewa waziri remember the former urori competitor wa Sisiri Barire no alikuwa wakitekia waziri iri ba Kivuti na Muthuri bataiganwa na nde president wanted to bring on board Kivuti but Sisiri nonto ba interest chawe atekwenda Kivuti atona dirikare I empowered na nde interest president onangoza ni wapige viboko amua kureta ruku dene yare do ndai ya Sisiri Barire na the now former president current deputy president known to bangengi chindwa of course the power influence iria baringi dobeno in the national government they need to be igafeda although I understand there is a court case if I read to papa bageria gotega what happened but true to be told president aketaria the numbers required numbers na ndizi numbers ikaumana nontunyegi taria wategera the number the voting pattern na ria Nyanza ruo Nyanza yonde combined na uria president the current president onere vote naza batiringa kure nyingi but non tubo kwithirwa na kwenda kugeria ku stabilize ko unify kiama kia ODM at least kimo support in 2027 akageria kugerera stake non to either drop ma DVD from the prime cabinet Aris Kindiki revenue kana create positions hingi jora BBI create positions chia non to atekwenda ku drop Kindiki na kwenda ku also gain from the ODM no Nyanza region either a pick Wanga to be the now running mate but now I create the similar opposition the powerful position for Professor Kindiki at least to a level
Kurita Kindiki from the president to
menya you either that the first time it's not the first time that Kindiki to be dropped out Kindiki was dropped gitarera na actually if you look at campaign ya Munyoro na campaign ya Professor Kindiki without biasness ukaona there was a reason why president achuzete Munyoro kwa deputy we kulingana na nora kumba kumobilize you give it to Munyoro he knows how to work grassroots with you. Now, professor, of course, is a strategist background. He came to me on Munyoro took to be the running mate. Na Kindiki drop. Kindiki at a dropper. That was the first time. Even remember, he gitaria Senate. Gitaria Uru. Na terogite. Na itero majority rina gitaria ya Uru. Ko is not the first time. Na remember the current deputy the president na dinari kiameno kyo baki most three powers na ko is not the first time you manage him no tuna manager and survive. Kidiki is someone who can manage. He has been managed before. Now, in even 2027, there is a right road. The president will decide. We watch and tamshughulikia baadaye. Tuaruka. Remember, Kidiki, na ugete ateko na even appointing. Na ita presa, ine mono. Menya mtu ena musimamo. Mtu ena musimamo. Menya iketo myoko nyatu ichukuru bothoku bwana Mutembe. Utomba kuo tero you are done. And then uite Mombasa ukitulia ukuje upewe kiti hapa alafu kubali. No ukadhidwa in 2027 because he knows how to manage you. Wacha tuchukue wanga ikifika mahali wewe nitajua mahali the same way because president no mwanga focus on 2027 hauraka win 2027 regardless whether he dropping Kidiki kana support him.
So it's about his future.
Man, president
Siasa
interest Ciaca how to survive.
Siasa ite feelings.
Ite feelings. Siasa ite feelings. Oroka utajulia feelings ni kwako na bibi yako. Hao wengine una sort out na baadaye nitakupanga. I think that's what will happen. That's why our brother now, our senior most politician, is quite involved in solidifying Meru, but he's doing the wrong way, using the wrong people. MPs, the only thing we can do from them, we can take from them, ni pesa tu tupewa around tuone nyumbani. And that's what people are saying. He's using the wrong people. The only omba kutethia, let's see things working. Wacha tuone maendeleo. Wacha tuone ila tu promise in 2022. Ndo tumbo tu promise 2027 bwana. Mtu anampana na hii atirere untu kuida tu. Alafu mwewe tu ngoja tu 2027 utashiba. Aje bwana. Seriously.
What happened to the position? Because Kinyabo Benando.
Yes.
Matiang na Gachagua Benando ile yao.
It's a strategy of president. You see, president will always keep everything. You know, Ruto achedano, he knows how to manage kila mtu. Situations. Ndio maana alisema wewe ngoja 2027 nitajua venye nitawapanga. One, he will ensure the ODM is not united. Yes. He will ensure the opposition is going to united. It's not united. President, the Rajoka ya 20. Kila no motekele serious. Matinero ete gitara ka president. Lakini if you ukamona rure abanga, he decided augete ate he want a formidable opposition.
Yomu
challenge. But after 2022, amwako the opposition. Amwako uratongeria from parties. Amwako corrupts kiama kia nani, kia Musalia. Amwako dhiria kiama kia Jubilee. Because those fights cha Jubilee was really a fight. Nantobaba skuma.
Sabina
kiama kia ragana. You see, destabilize kiama for miaka iri. Mena uka destabilize a party for 2 years. Mea botu bakuda boibanga. The same case is trying to destabilize the united opposition. He has a wing some investment kiri kana amwa kurongeka mtu mwe kibwa mo finance. Same what happened in 1997. 1992, yes. Hitarere. Oh, amwa ku finance because resource wise the gentleman has aina pesa.
But then Moi knew Matiba,
yes,
Matiba
yes,
will force the opposition
Itwekane.
The Ricari sponsor candidates. Matiba abam receive.
Yes.
Aringirokure president on a 1.3.
Yes.
Kibaki on a 1. Around 1.1.
Yes.
Raila on a 900.
Yes.
Moi on a 1.9.
Yes. Najukia. Go the same way. The repeat of 92 will becoming reality in 2097. On the point interest, pure interest. Wamunyoro is anakuwa matu na vitu zake. There's also Matiang'i coming up. Bateko na kuwitikana who now becomes the flag bearer. These issues chonde. Na there's also Kenya One. This youthful Baboine,
Kina Caleb
Amisi na Inyaboba kwenda kusukuma mtu wao. The Kenya One will get sponsorship from either kana mtu moa Karonzo Rowe kwa mapo tu wewe ugo kaewa giti Wamunyoro nona kwenda mtowe. Matiang'i is also want to be the flag bearer. A factor ya Uhuru Kenyatta, the former president, also Ikedroerio. In 2027, wakikataa kucheza vizuri, history will repeat itself. There is no one, even the president, utuwenda ku release kinyo kiuga ni na nohi utuwenda privilege menya Ruto is very young sasa akaja kweberetire thaa ici ahithirwa kariata no atithiri tamu menya of course tamu ijiri at least akethora kwitaita kidogo akukoma ina we lakini akethora aigome alimume very still energy you enjoy the privileges of becoming a police director ukweja na policies no kuthira thirunkana menya gwito gutonya utongeri ni atongeri bangana magito utongeria bakaribo gathai thembe amo kumenya ndo because power either in a lot of in addictive in nyingi mono no ka lose power that sometimes becomes a problem. No. Yes. There's also a question already. Yes. Before a parting shot. Yes. The issue of a senator and the governor. Kareb story Kareb. My thoughts in terms of the unity is not really centered in terms of checking the other person. Because the also issue when, remember, when I did about the Senate, even other senators really question when Akiuga in support of the governor. Sometimes, roles each way, chionde, of course, tutomba kumenanira, ndo aneoba achuete, igitege achuete. But there is pure responsibility for a senator. You ensure that the things, utilization, your funds, is sawa. Two, you ensure resources ile kwa minara mashinani. I mean the national government in terms of devolved funds ile chibati kwa mashinani. But mantujara tukoona events ile tukoona not purely on what to be done is story 2 term 1 term versus 1 term because all meetings you've covered all the meetings. Birembi adilito maendeleo. All the meetings the governor and the senators wamekutana niyo mikutano yote grassroots meetings ilitoa public participation mikutano nini what has been in discussion it's how now to support the government na itugire kairi we have no problem with the now governor working with the national government but what Antoba Korea is we made a promise in 2022 that we will deliver in between 2022 to 2027. In 3 years, what have you done? I think that was kiure kibatikudura tukera antobeto tekura to merieni yakairi you ingi to buy to tam no na nusijaja jonde jaka backfire to someone and I don't want to say who but imbuka politics is pure interest ndikuga no ugachethera karata but someone want to work with kutumira the privileges cha the current system to revive political agenda because why was it impossible for him whether the senator to do meetings to go around they talk about financing but then I'm better to go around put the public bakago dikira ground was senators batechiringi but what about telling us before telling us 2 term Firikario Karetia's deputy speaker what has it delivered ni umumira kwenda the 5 dams the 8 dams the dual carriages imbingi chingire mwakaja tolerwa motembe but amana mono people know that politics is pure interest na isava mtu politician individually mtu anapiganga mahesabu na ala kukitata ako banga siasa we go to me in terms of working together that should not really compromise their laws kana mandates area the senator na governor because governor is the CEO of the county na batiko play kuweka blueprint yawe and the senator now also need to receive the licit due na ku audit whether to ask inquiry na ku review non to bokodro progress na teo makosa jario mutembe katiba kuthithwa 2020 kuthithwa ne tumire governor arithro CEO kana executive head of the executive senator ena a chapter ewe a responsibility chawa the same as the governor ko to the party co-variant on the responsibility. Although they are working together, we also need to know if the senator is working for interest chawa Quran non to nakwenda ku ride around on the relationship that has really been created since the new governor.
kwina onda president yayanire ari nara northeastern tiveting ntibanekro ibande nini nende niraere ikatel ibarakumere kiri system parendia identity cards as low as 100,000 foreigners bakumanara bakeya baka Kenyan, and then iririgana kwa risky inene mno kiri security Kenya because bundera anto baveta wakenda kudiria those criminals, those Al-Shabaab and whoever watikeye. So the ibarakumere system ukona nyanto from its sub-chiefs ibaba kuregister from there pakara was low as 100,000 kusinikanto in the country.
I feel this was it was a political move. The president, I think, he regrets as of now decision. Non to easy decision yawe kudira vettings. Of course, atuge Kenyans inyana ito ito vetting. Do you know weta wachibo no mwanga Korea, Yuria na inya tore nu na that's a pure vetting na inya sabuiria na iba ku identify ntiko menyandiki president amekire this proclamation can decision easy na it affect not only a passport yeto ratings non to I think the other day to makori kuitwa kiristira the United States with because of issue of safaris nara they have an issue na issue nithuka inya passport rating yetu na inya kinya moving out nya thayo kwethoro no gweta US or the European countries you find it difficult non to nyogeta interview ara kona visa it becomes a problem non to tori karaja kaba tuko facilitate their passport now is me kibande ona kibande of course you also get an opportunity ku ranya passport na para batira thina na ni akaraja kana ni batu to make a routine area ko I don't know who really advised either it was a pressure from the northeastern Tongeria na inkwere interest iji chuke resort iji ikeja kumera 2027 non to either he did so non to bakon consolidate manya some statements are political you get to be politics sometimes in particular all political statements really need to checked kena non to affect governance mono non to out with it remember there was an issue toro nyamero Somalia did kadita that issue there's atongere baruga ba Somalia buga Kenya nejukiri part of Somalia is part of the Krim part of Kenya ko batura bendo ne bakwenda ku claim part of this na opening church to meet na nde na igitarira ya pirates mbele cha pirates chira ba Somalis cha watana au cha invest mono sometimes dakara embakasi bejere ba gora part of I think quarter embakasi is purely owned by Somalis. Not they are good investors of course, structures are investment, but kemana mono how now we position ourselves issue cha president wetoro affected. Remember the fight here Sudan ndoere Sudan Corona tonyerete ya hosti the opposition by the Kariao parallel government ku effect ya policy cha serikali remwe in terms of outlook ya ogategera thirikari yetu I think kuna kathina kaleo na ngutikia result icho the effect ya mantu jajonte tore ya gutik serious motembei kinyando ile twatura cha kobomo naja na mbi na revenge ile cha they might come back. Now I hope thirikari take serious mantu jao amba mangombeji. I don't know why it has become difficult to solve issue ya boundary ya ndoa ya ng'ombe na wamba mangana ade mutembe. I still don't know what's the problem. Either someone wants part of party ya Meru area. I had rumors kuna mtu kwenda around 30,000 acres kieto miokona ndoi ng'ombe. I hope kwa mchairman yomo ng'ombe waraia story already ng'ombe na there are issues ng'ombe yake mutembe. I think there are other factors that need to be looked into. Either someone wants a parcel land yu kuna mashamba isavi tonara atongere betu na thirikari itongere tu mutuma. I think they need to look into situation ronto ng'ombe kuthiro mutembe na nandi kuna mpara atupetu bachoka skuru ata. It's quite sad. Thank you very much for having me. Nashukuru sana.
Asante sana. Iwe Kim no tuko na kanya. Asante sana kiri barabo ndebe darabaye kibu wangu ndi buda kithate babwe atoteya tune mubangu no tutethira tuna Weru TV tweta na bero kumethe mantu kiri mitando yetu kiri nto chetu chetha mwanja 7:30 na 9:30 ithira wina ntukwembea bito mutembe ndo. Thank you Kim.
Asante sana.
Yes sir.